On July 21, 1918, near Baccarat, France, German forces captured an American soldier from the 307th Infantry Regiment of the 77th Division, and on him they found a weapon German intelligence had never seen before, a Winchester Model 1897 shotgun, modified with a 20-inch barrel, a perforated steel heat shield, and a bayonet lug. German officers examined it meticulously, measuring its short barrel, inspecting the pump-action mechanism, testing the trigger, and firing captured American ammunition that released 9.33 caliber lead pellets with each shell. They observed that at 10 meters its shot spread to a meter wide, and at 20 meters nearly 2 meters, meaning a single trigger pull could strike multiple men simultaneously. Immediately they understood that this was not a rifle requiring precision, but a weapon whose spread made accuracy almost irrelevant, especially in trenches where men fought at distances of 5 to 20 meters. For 3 years both sides had used weapons designed for open battle, rifles, machine guns, grenades, and artillery, awkwardly forced into trench warfare, but the American shotgun was built for exactly the brutal conditions of trench combat: close quarters, narrow passageways, sudden encounters, and fights at arm's length. The German General Staff quickly recognized the danger. Unlike gas, flamethrowers, or specialized bayonets, the trench gun was not cruel. It was simply more effective, and in war, effectiveness was more threatening than cruelty. American troops called it the trench gun, though officially it was a riot shotgun with a bayonet adapter. The United States had ordered around 25,000 of them, mostly Winchester Model 1897s and about 3,500 Remington Model 10s, each modified with heat shields, bayonet lugs, and short barrels, each holding 6 shells of double-aught buckshot that could kill effectively to 30 meters and dominate absolutely within 15. Traditional rifle doctrine, identify target, align sights, control breathing, squeeze, was far too slow in a trench. The shotgun's 9 pellets spread multiplied hit probability 9-fold and allowed inexperienced soldiers to be nearly as effective as veterans. American planners had seen the trench disasters suffered by the British and French for 3 years and realized they already possessed the perfect weapon used for decades in hunting and law enforcement: the pump-action shotgun. William G. Eager, a civilian engineer from Valdosta, Georgia, articulated this insight in a detailed engineering report in 1917. Having studied British and French trench fighting, he proposed modifying commercial shotguns with shortened barrels, heat shields, bayonet lugs, and sling swivels, recommending both pump-action and semi-automatic models. His report reached the War Department, and General Pershing endorsed it immediately. He had seen the shotgun's effectiveness in the Philippines. By November 1917, contracts went out to Winchester and Remington to modify existing designs quickly and cheaply. The Winchester 1897 had a unique capability: slam fire. Without a trigger disconnector, the gun fired whenever the action closed if the trigger was held down, allowing a trained soldier to empty all 6 shells, 54 pellets, in about 2 seconds. Shotguns arrived in France in early 1918, with 5,000 initially distributed, 4,000 for guarding prisoners and 1,000 for combat testing. Shotguns appeared in battle at Sicapri on April 20, 1918, where American soldiers of the 26th Division fought German stormtroopers in chaotic pre-dawn combat. Though casualties were heavy and reports unclear, soldiers who carried shotguns said the weapon changed how they fought. When German attackers rushed through fog, shotgun-armed defenders could fire rapidly at groups without precise aim, the buckshot spread striking multiple enemies almost automatically. Rifle fire required seconds, the shotgun required an instant, and that instant often meant survival. Soldiers felt more confident with shotguns, leading to more aggressive trench clearing, faster assaults, and fewer casualties. As American newspapers celebrated the victory, exaggerated but morale-boosting accounts described the trench sweeper catching German intelligence attention. Soon their analysts tracked reports of American shotguns, short-barreled, rapid-firing, devastating. Initial U.S. allocation per regiment was small, But battlefield results shifted opinions quickly. Cultural resistance to hunting guns faded as troops realized the shotgun's superiority in trenches. German legal officers reviewed the weapon under Article 23(e) of the Hague Convention, arguing that multiple pellets caused unnecessary suffering, but this was motivated less by ethics than by tactical fear. Germany had pioneered poison gas, flamethrowers, sawtooth bayonets, and terror bombing. Their concern was not humanitarian. It was that American units with shotguns could clear trenches 3 times faster and reduce casualties by nearly half. Unable to counter the weapon technologically or doctrinally, Germany issued a formal diplomatic protest on September 19, 1918, delivered through Switzerland. The protest claimed shotguns were illegal and threatened that any American captured with one would be executed, a direct violation of international law itself. The War Department asked Brigadier General Samuel T. Ansel, acting Judge Advocate General, to respond. His 5-page memorandum dismantled Germany's argument, citing centuries of shotgun use in war, including American campaigns in the Philippines and Mexico. The pellets were comparable to pistol rounds, made clean wound channels, and were not designed to cause unusual suffering. Killing enemy soldiers efficiently was not illegal. It was the purpose of combat. Ansel highlighted Germany's hypocrisy: chlorine and mustard gas, flamethrowers, sawtooth bayonets, Zeppelin bombings of civilians, yet they condemned a weapon used for decades without protest. Assistant Secretary of War Benedict Crowell added that no weapon was illegal merely because it was effective. Secretary of State Robert Lansing rejected the protest entirely on September 28 and warned that if Germany executed American prisoners, the U.S. would retaliate in kind. Germany fell silent. No American was ever executed for carrying a shotgun. German combat reports increasingly described fear of the shotgun. Their stormtrooper tactics, closing to grenade range then charging, collapsed under American shotgun fire, which hit multiple men at each blast. Letters intercepted from German soldiers revealed terror, describing the shotgun's deep sound and devastating effect, prompting some units to abandon positions rather than face it. American divisions documented the shotgun's value. The 82nd recommended 200 per division. The 5th emphasized their use in patrols, mopping up, and dugout clearing. The 35th suggested 50 per regiment. Others noted limitations in wet trench conditions where paper-hulled shells swelled. By September 1918, 7,425 shotguns were deployed, vastly more than the initial test units, and about 40 battalions carried them, with shotgun men leading assaults, clearing bunkers, and serving as point men. Combined arms tactics, rifles for range, machine guns for suppression, shotguns for close combat, overwhelmed German defenses long impervious to British and French attacks. At Below Wood, American forces used shotguns to deadly effect. Captain J. H. Hoskins described shotgun volleys cutting down 3 or 4 Germans at a time. Sergeant Lloyd Seibert of the 364th Infantry earned the Medal of Honor using a shotgun during an assault on September 26, 1918. Ironically, Germany's protest only increased American public fascination, elevating the trench gun to legendary status. Statistically, divisions using shotguns suffered fewer casualties and cleared trenches dramatically faster. 2 months after the protest, the war ended. Germany surrendered before the issue could continue, and the effectiveness of the trench gun had been undeniably proven. After the war, the shotgun remained standard in U.S. service and became integral in World War II, especially in the Pacific where Marines clearing bunkers, caves, and jungle positions relied heavily on shotguns. The Korean War saw continued trench use, and in Vietnam the shotgun reached widespread deployment, particularly the Remington 870, used by infantry and special forces alike in villages, jungles, and riverine operations. The same characteristics that dominated trenches in 1918, instant response, multiple projectiles, overwhelming close-range power, made it invaluable half a century later. The Winchester Model 1897 remained in limited service into the 1960s, and over 1 million were produced. John Moses Browning, its legendary designer, never lived to see its military legacy, and William Eager received no recognition for his visionary engineering proposal. General Pershing rarely mentioned the trench gun in his memoirs, yet its impact was profound. A simple American hunting shotgun became one of the most feared, tactically transformative weapons of the First World War.